Not every game needs to be serious. Sometimes games can just be stupid, silly fun. And today we're going to be talking about a prime example of this, which is called Whirly Derby. Welcome back everyone, I'm the board game fanatic, and today I'm going to give you a review of a game that's just silly but entertaining. If you're into marble games, then this is going to be right up your street. If you're into games where there's no strategy, no thinking, no planning, purely luck, then this is a title that you should probably have a look at. If you're after a game that's ideal for party settings or family settings, then this is a game you should look at. So we'll begin with an overview of the game and I'll tell you what it's all about, but Whirly Derby is one that has really impressed me and I want to get a review out for ASAP. In Whirly Derby, you will have a set of marbles in front of you, your own colour. You will have 5 in your pool. Over the course of the game, you will be bidding with these marbles, essentially deciding how many you're going to throw into the tray each round, dependent on trophies at the side, which will be worth a number of points, starting from 1 up to 10. And obviously when there's higher scoring trophies out, you want to bid more marbles and give yourself more chances of winning. When there's lower trophies, you want to throw maybe 1 or 2 in. And you will play the game over the course of 8 different rounds. Although you only have 5 marbles in front of you, what you have is a token that allows you to bring back all of your used marbles twice throughout the course of the game. So the first time you use it, you flip it over to the 2 side, you reclaim all the marbles that you've used and reset your pool. So this token, this ability, will be very important throughout the game, deciding when you're going to make it happen, when you're going to bring them all back. Now you can do it when you've got 0 in your pool, or you can decide to use it early if you just want to reset everything. And you will have to decide every round how many you commit. I'll do a mock turn now and show you how it plays.
So let's imagine this is the first turn. These are the rewards, the trophies that are on offer for this first turn. Now you know that the highest score you can get is 10. So a 6 and a 5 are pretty good trophies to win. So what the players do, simultaneously, there's no turn structure or anything, you decide how many of your marbles you're going to commit to the throw. Now, you will be able to bring these marbles back, but the ones that are lost until you use one of your resupply and take everything back from the tray. Now, I'll go into that later, but with it being a good score, let's commit 2. Let's play the green this time. So we're going to commit 2, and then all the other players are going to choose how much they want to throw into the mix. So we'll assume that they're working on this basis. So red's going all in. You don't necessarily get to find out what other people do. They just throw them into the cup, like so. And then the fun begins. Best thing to do is to pour it towards the edge. And the race is on. And we're looking pretty good, but the reds are moving towards the middle. And it's this time when you're going to be yelling out loud or enjoying the environment. For me personally, I'm like, go, 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 whatever my colour is, you go for the win, Bit of enthusiasm, a bit of laughter, and you can have as much fun as you want with this game. It's very silly. So what happens is, the rewards are given out to the players. First place will get to choose one of the rewards, so he will obviously pick the highest point scorer, so the 6. Then the next one, red, will choose theirs. And we came into place. So in this case, we'd probably take the cactus trophy. And lastly, the person who's in last place will also get their marble back for free as a reward. Everybody else's goes to the tray at the side, and they're lost until the players use their reset. When they use the reset, they take all of their marbles from the tray and return them. They flip it to side 2. They only get 2 times they get to bring everything back. So if you throw in all your balls in early on, then you're going to struggle in the later game because you only get 2 chances at bringing everything back. And that's a full turn.
And at the end of the game, whoever has the most victory points from the trophies that they've earned throughout the course of it will be the winner. Now, there is an additional thing that you can add, which is called the Thunderball. Now, the Thunderball will be triggered by your round tokens. There will be 2 with the special icon, which will denote in which turns they become active. What that does is the person who has the least trophies, the least victory points, will gain the Thunderball, and they can add that to the ones that they throw into the pot in the middle. The Thunderball is a larger one that will block the exit, and when it does so, obviously nothing else can escape. You total up how many balls have been trapped in the center of the tray, and depending on how many you've stopped, you will gain bonus cards having thrown that Thunderball into the mix. So you want to use it at the right time. You probably don't want to throw it in when you think everybody's going to throw one marble in. You probably want to throw it in when there's a big reward and everybody's going to go all in, because the more that you stop getting out, the more cards you get for free as that extra bonus to keep you in the game. So it's a good mechanism to bring people back into the game who might be falling behind. At the end of the day, this is a luck-driven game, so sometimes it's nice to be able to bring that last player back into the mix. Apart from that, I think that's all the rules you need to know and how to play this game. It's not complicated. It's very welcoming, very simple, very easy. So let's get into my thoughts about the games, and we'll go through my positives and negatives of the title. Right then, so we'll start with the simplicity. The rules of this game are incredibly simple. They are on a very lower end of the difficulty of games. So if you're looking for something that's easy to learn, easy to teach, whether it's aimed at kids or you just want something that's casual, light-hearted and simple to play, then this is perfect. If you're wanting a game that's perfect for a party setting where you're getting a group of people around, this game can cater up to 6 people. And then everybody else could always just join in with a bit of dialogue in the background as you all enjoy a silly activity. This is, at its heart, an activity with a little bit of gameplay, let's be fair. You are essentially throwing in a bunch of marbles into a tray and watching the outcome. You have no way of manipulating or controlling the outcome in any way apart from how many marbles you're willing to throw into the tray. So it's essentially, for me, it's an activity more so than game. You're not looking at something with tons of decision making or anything. It's just a bit of light-hearted fun. You can play it and have a laugh. If you and your group are ones that enjoy that type of gameplay, that you're not in massively into all the mechanics and everything else, you just want something that's fun, quick, easy, nice filler title, this is bang up the street. The simplicity of the rules make it welcoming. You can get it on the table, you can be playing in 10-15 minutes, and by the end of 20 minutes the game's over. It's ridiculously accessible. And most importantly, it's fun. We all have a laugh when we play it. I'm there cheering on my colour, like, go green, I want you to get down. Even though it's silliness, it's enjoyable, and people are smiling as they play. And it's surprising how just throwing a bunch of marbles into a tray and watching them spin around can bring everybody's engagement into it. Nobody's there playing on the phone. They're all watching. They're all watching the outcome. And all we're doing is throwing a few marbles into the tray. Brilliant. It's got the engagement factor too, which is really, really good. Not many games can do that. The quality of the marbles is also very good quality. Production-wise, the nice colours, there's no issues and no cracks, everything's perfect. The tray itself is nice, and the bottom part as well that they fall into. But there is other quality issues which I'll go into in the negatives. This is a fairly cheap game to buy as well, so it's going to be easy for people to pick up. The decision-making around when to reset your individual marbles, your colour, you only get 2 chances in the game, is really good. Because obviously 8 turns, although 8 turns is quite a number, they play very fast. And so you've got to be a little strategic in when you choose to use that. But it's nothing complicated. In most cases, it will revolve around people running out of marbles and saying, I'm going to reset them, get them all back. But there could be times when you do that when you haven't necessarily used them all. Maybe you suspect some good cards are coming up. It just depends. So there might be a hint of strategy or decision making, but it is literally a hint. The Thunderball mechanic is also brilliant and a way to bring the person who's in last place back into the fold in a nice way that I think is fair. I have seen the Thunderball block quite a number of the marbles and in many cases not block many at all. So it's 50-50. Your odds are you're down to luck too. But that mechanic, that system, allowing you to bring a player back into the game by potentially earning up to 3 extra cards is quite useful and a good system with which to stop people falling miles behind. Because, well, let's move on to the negatives here. Because this is a game of luck. That you can throw in 5 marbles, your opponent can throw in 1, and he might get first place. There's no way to mitigate that. You just decide how many you're committing, and at the end of the day, it's still all down to luck and how they come out. You don't know what's going to happen. And obviously having that chance, if you're the person who's in last place, who's just had a lot of bad luck, having the Thunderball might be the way to bring you back into the game. So it's a nice feature that I think it works. And it hasn't ruined the game, it hasn't shot anybody ahead, and it's quite well balanced. The quality side for the other components. So let's start with the tray. The tray is nice. It's a nice metal tin. They just roll in it and they store it. But it sits on a piece of folded card. And the card itself is, when you unfold it, it has a little step, a little cutout where the tray butts up to. It would have been better if there would have been a slot in the tray itself so that you could then push the card fully into the tray. And it doesn't affect the game in any way. To me, it just looks odd because as an engineer, I spot these things, it just looks weird. It just sticks out and protrudes out a little bit because there isn't a notch in the actual tray itself for it to just slide into. I think that would have been a better design decision, but maybe that would have added costs to the production itself, potentially. The other components, obviously, they are light card as well. The tokens are nice, but the cup that you're throwing the marbles in is just a piece of card that's folded up. So as you use it, potentially it could wear and not be as useful. But essentially, you could then just swap it out for a cup, so it's not the end of the world. The tray that goes underneath where all of the marbles come out, you have to look down from above and position it in the right place. And it would have been better if there was maybe just a tube or something that connected it to that, instead of you eyeing it up into position. But again, maybe that would have added more cost and they were trying to keep the cost itself down. If you're not a group or a person who enjoys a bit of banter and enjoys a little bit more of the activity side rather than the gameplay, if you're wanting more deeper gameplay, this is not the title for you. This is essentially rolling the marbles and letting them go and watching the results. It's as simple as that. So there's no depth to this game. And I think that just about covers it for the positives. If I think of anything else, I'll just mention them quickly in the end. But let's get to my conclusion and my thoughts about this title. I like this game a lot. It's funny. It's enjoyable. It's silly. You're throwing your marbles in and cheering them on as they race to drop to first, second and third place. And then if they don't make those positions, you want them to come last because then they come back to you instead of going to the used pool. It engages everybody at the table. Everybody's having fun. And it's incredibly simple. You could literally have kids playing this. Whirly Derby is a game I think more people need to try because it's one of those titles where when I think of it, it makes me smile because it's stupid, it's silly, and it's enjoyable. So for me, Whirly Derby comes with a high recommendation for people to try. It's dependent on your group and your personality on whether you're going to like this game, but I think it's going to have a much bigger appeal, a much wider audience out there that will enjoy what it offers. So at the end of this episode, I'm going to put a bunch of marbles into the cup and roll them, and you can vote on which one you think is going to come out first before you see the outcome. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that you try this game because it is good, and I hope that you enjoy it if you do. If you're enjoying the content that I make, please hit subscribe. When I open membership soon, please join there and hit the like and leave a comment. Let us know. Do you like this game? Do you like silly games like this? Do you like marble games? What's your thoughts on it? and let us know who you vote for before you see the outcome. I'll see you all next time.
Just for fun, guys, place your bets. We've got 2 of every colour. Which colour do you reckon's coming first? Let's go. Sorry, Blue.